I think they like him.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the David Kaye question and answer panel. You'll notice there are a lot of people here. It's not just a matter of space, it's also a matter of noise. We can hear you playing with the transformer, we can hear you zipping, we can hear you talking in a normal voice, we can hear your cell phone on vibrate. So a word of warning, try to keep the noise down. A lot of people in the back want to hear him. Although the sound system is phenomenal, sometimes stuff overrides it. Also, for question purposes, you can begin this line, you can ask questions, try to limit it to 2 maximum. We understand he's an awesome guy, but all right, without further ado.
I see a lot of familiar faces here. Tons of people I've seen before. Who was at TFcon in Pasadena last year?
Woo!
You're not last year. Yeah. You were hey! Hey, Mark! Oh my God! Yeah, it's great to be here. I kind of organized this around a family trip, so this is kind of, and when Colin invited me here to do the TFcon, I was sort of okay. Then I'll go visit my family. So thank you. Yeah, it is just in Peterborough. You don't know where that is? Oh, is that weird? You're my other family. Who hasn't been to a con before? So this is the first time for people. Sort of, kind of. So I think for Transformers fans, next year in Pasadena is another. I think they're having it in Pasadena, so if you want to book your trip down to California. That's a short commute for me. It's 10 minutes to get there. So possibly, yeah. They invited me this year, but I couldn't make that happen. So yeah. So I don't know how you want to do this. I'm not sure what the format is. I get you to we'll start with questions, and we'll sort of take it from there. Anything about the show or anything, yeah. So you can line up and start if you want.
Hello, Mr. Kaye.
Hey.
How did you get the role in Beast Wars? Like, how did you get the role of Megatron?
The Megatron, yes, Megatron, excellent. Have to get that out of the way right away. Okay, what year was that? 90-something?
96.
Was it 96? So 95. Thank you. So 95, there was auditions that came around. There was, so I was still living in Vancouver, and they were redoing. I never really saw it. I remember the G1 as a kid, kind of. So I didn't really have any idea what was expected, and I had this a stack of paper with pictures and dialogue, and this is everybody's saying, "Oh, this is a big thing." And I went and did the audition. I just kind of played around. And I auditioned for a lot of characters. In particular, they wanted me to read for Optimus, and they wanted me to read for Megatron. And it's sort of, I don't know. Some things kind of speak to you. I just sort of married a few different character voices and came up with the Megatron character. I added a couple affectations, elongated the words, and then I got a call back for both Optimus and Megatron. And then a few weeks later, they cast me as Megs. Essentially, that's how it went. Yeah, thanks. Morning.
Yeah.
Afternoon.
Out of all the Megatrons you voiced, which one do you consider your favorite?
Of all the Megatrons?
Yeah.
Oh, the Beast Wars one. I don't, anime is where the Japanese anime, of course, you must know, where it's already, the cartoon's already done, so we have to come in afterward and provide the voice for it. So it's a little different. You can't really play around. With Megatron, you talk the thing, yes, and not trying to bring me the, you're playing around, but you haven't got a lot of time in the anime because the lip flaps are already done. Give me the so it's a little bit different. Yeah.
So how did you feel when your voice and the characters from Transformers animated?
That was weird because I wasn't living in Los Angeles at the time yet, but I was commuting a lot. I was on a lot of airplanes. Ever seen the movie Up in the Air with George Clooney? That was me, man. I had all the cards. I had a system. If anybody ever came with me on the airplane, it was like there was a problem because it was ruined my style, and I had the cards, and I had all the whole thing going on, and I was missing my family, and so when the series happened and I was cast in it, that sort of solidified the move down there because no more airplanes for a while. But yeah, I thought it was going to be Megatron because they had me called. They called back, and then the callback Sue was there, everybody was there, and Derek Wyatt was there, they're all behind the glass, and I did the thing, and then they're all sort of nodding and stuff, and I thought, oh well, maybe this will maybe happen, maybe it won't. And then Sue goes, why don't you try to pick up Optimus? Give Optimus a try, you know? And then we wanted to sound kind of, you know, they said they gave a reference like a Tom Hanks or a younger thing, and I didn't really know what to do because I didn't read for it. So I started kind of did this thing in my own voice, and up in here it was a little younger than I wanted to go, and they were all like behind the glasses, and I thought, oh, this is weird. So I don't want to play the good guy. That's what I thought. I was the bad guy. So yeah, and I got the call a few weeks after that, and it was Optimus. So it was wild. Yeah, here's a rubber duck. Thank you very much. Thank you. Hi.
Hey, it's good to see you.
You too.
I was kind of sad you didn't make it to BlockCon, but then I got really jazzed you were coming here, so
Oh, thanks.
we're continuing the streak. I've seen you at conventions for the last
That's right.
couple
10
of
years
years.
or so.
10 years. Speaking of stalker, given that you moved down to LA, and unfortunately I'm not a good enough stalker to know if you're still living there, I'm kind of making assumptions now. That's how I'm getting the answer to. I'm wondering if you're hitting the point where, having lived in Canada for a while, now that you're living in the States, are you finding that weird thing where Canada's becoming like that other country you go to for trips rather than your homeland?
Yeah, sure. It's LA has always been a second home to me anyway. What I'm most proud of is my family, because when you uproot your kids who are have all their friends in Vancouver and West Van where we lived, you know, it's I'm real proud of them. And to me, it's like it's a second home. And it's been that way for probably 9-10 years, and we've been living there now for 3 years. But it's you know, it's home. That's where you make your home. And the weird thing is the people you see there are people that you know, are my heroes. I did a couple of Scooby-Doo episodes, and now Frank Welker. Oh my God, Frank! You know, and he's the nicest guy in the world. And I work with Maurice LaMarche a lot. Tom Kenny, I work with. He's a good friend of mine. Phil Lamar. They're all great. So it's like you know, it's your family. It's your support group. So no, but it is. It's the first time I've been back to Canada for a little bit. So it's nice to come home. I've had Harvey's. And I got to tell you, man, In-N-Out Burger is one of my favorite burgers in California. Harvey, I don't know what it is. Steve, my assistant's here. Say hi, Steve. There he is. And there's Steve right there. And he's been working on my studio at my mom and dad's house for the last week, and he's had enough. He's leaving. He's going back to Vancouver. And he's a hell of a technician. By the way, thank you very, very much for everything. He keeps things running. And we went for a treat. I had a Harvey's hamburger after the gym yesterday. It was the best burger I've had for so long. So I had butter tarts, and I got to go to Campbellford and get some cheese curd. Had to do that. So all those things that, you know, remind me of home.
Thanks very much for coming out, and Canada, I'm sure, will get you back.
Oh, it's good to be here. Thank you all so much.
Hi, from the Armada, Energon, and Cybertron cartoons.
Do you Phil Lamar's child?
I get that a lot.
Yeah, he looks like a young Phil Lamar.
Yeah, I'm Phil Lamar.
Yeah. Do Michael Jackson. No, just
Let's see, I can moon.
I got a Facebook Phil today, and
Yeah.
I'm going to take your picture. I can send it.
So, for the Armada, Energon, and Cybertron cartoons, how'd they decide that they wanted you back to play Megatron again? Aside from satisfying all the fans' hopes and dreams.
You mean when that series came around?
Yeah.
When it first came, I don't really know how it all happened. They just said, "Oh, it's been done. It's been in Japanese. You know, would you come back and read?" And I wasn't even sure I was going to be doing it. I just did the thing, and I never really thought about it too much. And then Terry Clausen directed it. We did a whole bunch. You know, it's not anime's not my favorite to do, dubbing, because, like I said before, you can't really play. But it was cool to be. They had me around, so I thank them. So thank you. All right, next.
Morning.
Morning.
This is a quick question for you. I'm just curious, for you as a voice actor, do you find it more flattering if somebody is able to instantly identify your voice, or if like somebody hears goes, wait, that was you? Oh, cool.
I'd rather them not know.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
so seriously, yeah, because the more I, they don't quite know who that is, the less you're going to be typecast in something. And so, that's just me.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Is that, did I answer your question? If I ramble, just tell me to shut up. Just talk. Mark knows, you know how I can go. It's loud. Yeah, you're welcome.
Hey David, longtime fan. I've got just a couple of quick questions. First one's going back to Beast Wars Beast Machines. What was it like, just, what did you think of the transition of Megatron in between the two series in terms of personality and stuff when you went in?
Yeah, the fun one is a lot of, Larry Dattilo and Bob Forward wrote, it was a lot of playful, sort of the rubber ducky thing. I think they wrote those episodes where there's a lot of play going on, but when the Beast Machines came in, it was a little darker. And so I kind of dug that whole darkness about it. I kind of liked it after I watched a few episodes. I thought this is kind of cool. So that the humor kind of came out of it a little bit. So I don't know if you guys felt that, or did you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So but some people like it, some people don't. And I've missed doing the whole yes and all the stuff, and just have to be very evil. They wanted to be evil, no humor. That's what the direction was.
I guess the second one would be, what was it like going from being Megatron to playing the Megatron's #1 follower?
Who is that? You mean Lugnut?
Yeah.
Does that mean Lugnut? Is that what it means?
Yeah, Lugnut.
Oh, is that Lugnut there?
Yeah, this is the Takara
Oh, I've
one.
never seen it.
Yeah, this is the Takara one. So.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, he was a riot because there's humor there. He's just a stupid, Megatron is wise.
Yeah!
Yes! That was fun. Thank Derek White for that.
Probably have on multiple occasions.
Good morning, afternoon. God, I don't know what time it is. It's afternoon.
It's 12 right now. Yeah. Okay, may I say, it is an extreme privilege to finally meet you.
Stop.
I've been a fan of you for years.
Thanks.
Okay, I just remembered the recent interview where it announced that you won't be in Transformers Prime, which I find very sad, by the way. I heard that you have theories on the backstory of Dinobot and Megatron in Beast Wars. Could you give us a few of them, please?
The backstory on...
Yeah, backstory. Because you said that you had a few ideas of what about the relationship they had back in the before Beast Wars began. Yeah, Cybertron.
Cybertron? Oh God, I don't know.
You said you had this.
You mean? Oh, I don't. You're not talking about animated. You're talking about before.
Yeah.
Good. So between Dinobot and Megatron.
Because considering during the episodes, where you noticed that that Dinobot used to be second in command, and somehow this whole thing that.
Oh yeah, well, was it? Yeah, Scott's character. Yeah. Well, he of course, sort of Scott's character felt like he should run the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
And he left, and yeah, I can't remember too much. I just know that it was Scotty did such a great job with that character. So when you get a character like that, and Scott's so good playing against that, what the whole idea is that you want people to think there's a backstory, which means we've done our job. If there's nuances in the performances and it comes through, if you understand that, you think, oh, there's something going on there. What's all that about? Then that's our job to make that happen. We don't necessarily have one in our heads, a backstory. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the way it's performed off of someone, that's what's supposed to happen. You're supposed to think, what's that about?
Well, it worked very well. I have a second question. Now, I know that you're doing a lot more of the promo and trailer work.
Yes.
Now, I've seen that it's very, very fast-paced and repetitive job compared to voice acting. Could you please give us a few comparisons compared to those two works?
Well, since I was 8 years old, I always wanted to do movie trailers. I mean, it's one of the reasons I'm down there as well. It's finally happening. It's a lot of work. In the voiceover pyramid, there's up here, the trailers are. There's sort of a small roster, comparatively speaking, of guys and girls that do that work. It's very specific work. Movie trailers, theatrical trailers, are very slow and you're narrating and you're telling a story. When it comes to television movie trailers on TV or promos, it's more retail, if you know what I mean. Trailers are like, you know,
in a world where one man, you know, it sets up a whole scene. Every word is important.
Hot Tub Time Machine, you know, this was 1985.
you know, it's a fun. But for television, it's a little heightened. So
In a world where one man,
I mean, it's more selling because you don't need to buy the DVD. So it's a whole different. They're all different levels of it, and it's for work. Cartoons, I mean, it's I don't know, it's not too far off. You have to tell the story. But promo and retailers, like ABC Tonight, you just stating the facts, and or
an all new CSI, ABC Sunday, or CBS. There's more of an intensity.
you know what I mean.
Tonight on CBS, an all new CSI.
And trailers more.
Tonight on CBS, an all new CSI.
You know, it's all. It's different. So I don't know. I just. Does that make sense to anybody?
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. So regardless of what type of voice acting or promo work or trailer work, the point is to sell it to the audience.
Yeah, sell it or don't sell it. That's
Yes.
true. Give me everything, they give me nothing. That's the old two things. Yeah.
I look forward to future work on that.
Thank you very much. Thanks.
So much.
Thank you. Afternoon.
Afternoon. Here's my question.
Yes.
How long does it take you to record your lines for a show like Beast Wars and Armada?
A good question. For the Armada stuff, for the anime, you go in. Ian Corlett and I, we go in and just sit there like this, and they bring the mic down and have a coffee and just relax and sort of took it easy because it's 3 beats and you follow the lip flaps. You're watching a television monitor, and sometimes you're in for like 4 lines out of a 700-page episode of something. And then you can be in and out of there, quickly. Other times it can be a long time, but it goes to the machine. And it was a couple of sessions over 4 hours. I don't really have a lot of that time. But a cartoon, like Sue Blue had us in and out there. We had a 4-hour call, so they can keep us there for 4 hours. From 2 to 6, that would be our call time. The Cartoon Network to record, that thing. And we'd be out of there probably 2.5. So it depends on the director.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. You ever remember Wally Burr? The name Wally Burr? Yeah, Wally Burr. A 4-hour call could turn into a 6-hour call. And Wally's, I love it, but you could get famous stories like, no, Scotty's like this, like, ugh. And Scotty go, okay, here we go, I take, no, listen to Scotty. It's, Scotty, he'd do it, no, hang on, you're not listening, hang on, and it's, it take 15 minutes just to do that. And by the time you hear it on television, all you hear is, so it depends on who's, but Sue's so great. She's just bang, bang, keeps the energy moving. Come on, guys, let's go, and the energy's up here. So that's how it happens. You're welcome.
Hey, baby.
How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Ooh, welcome back.
Thank you.
I don't have any questions, but I just want to be this close to you. No. I just have a request. I figure someone else is probably going to ask this anyway, so it might as well be me. Okay. I'm just going to put you on the spot. It's a request. You don't have to feel uncomfortable with it, but
good.
Okay. Situation. Animated Prime, Animated Grimlock, Animated Lugnut, and Beast Wars Megatron are all on a picnic together. And now the scenario is they're all deciding over which sandwich is whose.
Who is it again? Prime?
Prime, Grimlock,
Lugnut?
Lugnut, and
Grimlock.
Yep,
That was that Grimlock? Yeah. And who was it?
Grimlock was like, destroy!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Prime Grimlock, Lugnut, and Beast Wars Megatron.
Oh, mate, oh god. I expect a spot like this. I expect this to be funny.
It's BotCon. Get your BotCon in here.
No expectations.
I got it.
Why didn't Bumblebee give me my damn sandwich when I asked him to? Bumblebee, come in. Damn it. We're so far out here in space. Where are we?
I don't know. I'm not sure where we are. You stupid robot took us out here in the first place. I hate mosquitoes. Where's Megatron?
I'm right here.
Did anyone bring the mustard? We bring the mustard. We need to eat all mustard. No mustard left for Megatron. Yes. That's my line. Don't.
There, now sit down, I'm done. My head hurts.
Okay. I was listening to your interview on a Moonbase 2 podcast, and you were talking about
Oh, yeah.
the UK, and you're talking about how you kind of came up with the calculating talk of Megatron. He's like scheming to himself. Yes, if I do this.
It's funny, if you
yes.
notice this, if anybody's into Shakespeare or read Shakespeare or studied it or listened to it, that's what they did with Beast Wars. If you know, I mean, there's all kinds of debate. It's a debate between. That's what Shakespeare is.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the old acting thing. So it's, if I do this, this will happen. If I do that, then yes, excellent. It's all. That's the internalization of it.
I was just curious, and someone that you said earlier in another question that you just basically mangled a bunch of characters, like
Yeah, it was sort of Anthony Hopkins, Sean Connery, and a lizard.
Yeah.
Three.
Yeah, that was my question. What exactly were those characters that you put together?
Yeah, that was
Okay.
the freeze. He's got that. Yeah, he's very still, and he's very calculating, and he's got that, it's a sort of creepy thing about him, that reptilian thing.
Cool.
So yeah.
Thank you.
Sometimes they don't give you a picture when they have an audition for it. They have no idea what to do. Hi.
Hi, Mr. Kaye. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure. Thank you.
I've been curious. In Beast Wars Megatron's opinion, how would you rate your underlings? You had quite a few, and I'd like to know who topped and who bottomed. Not that you liked any of them at all.
What did you mean? I don't understand. I don't understand what you meant by that.
I think, who would be my favorite then? My favorite would probably be, who would I always call him on?
Inferno?
Inferno, yeah. I would say he's probably top. Number one. And then Waspinator would be, or Scorponok actually I thought would do Megatron. But Waspinator would be the dumb one. It's like, I get stuck with you again, that whole yeah, I guess.
Thank you very much.
What was your favorite Transformers series to voice for, and why?
What was the famous
Your favorite Transformers series to voice for?
Well, I think the first one, because it was something new, it was something different, it was the CGI stuff was happening.
Like Beast Wars?
Yeah, I think Beast Wars is tons of fun. And also, the TF animated, being in the room with all those guys, Patrick and SpongeBob and Tara Strong and everybody, and Jeff Bennett. It was the most fun I'd ever had. I was a fan of everyone, still am, so that was cool for me. Yeah, you're welcome.
Hi, we see all your voices come so easy in all these different kinds of ranges.
Yeah.
How does one get into voice work, and what do you have to do to maintain it? Is there a special tea? Do you do vocal exercises? Because it looks like it comes easy, but it's not. It's your instrument, right?
Yeah, it's, I don't know, it's like I said, I was 8 years old, I saw a movie in Peterborough, movie theater, it was The Legend of Boggy Creek, and there was a voice, coming this much, take a look. And I said, who's that voice? I remember that. So who knows what affects you? I was always a goofy kid in school. Is that me? Is that me? I was always a goofy kid in school, making up. I got a cassette tape when I was like 9 or 10, mimicking someone on the radio. It's mimicking and hearing voices and trying to come up with something, weird.
How do you maintain it?
I don't know. I mean, once in a while we'll go to Vegas, and I can only take that place for 24 hours, and I gotta get out of there. But if you listen to people walking through Vegas, they're like real people. It's the classic example I always give is we're sitting having a drink one night late, my wife and I, it's at the Bellagio, and you can see people walking by, and there's a little couple, must have been from New York or something, and
They talk like this. They say, I'm gonna be over by this glass for about an hour. You gonna come again? Just go and do you. I don't care.
and so, yeah, that's a voice. Because, I mean, you know, we're all cartoons. It's just, everybody's got a musicality to their voice. Some have more interesting voices, and you just gotta mimicking things. So I'm always coming up with the different stuff. I really don't know.
On a typical day when you're kind of talking all day and all you're doing is talking and using it, is, you know, how do you take care of it? Do you get home at night and then not talk at all?
Sometimes it gets to the point where, when I was here Monday, when Steve was setting up, we were a stressful day on Monday because it was the first full day of recording and I had stuff. I took the Friday away to travel to Pennsylvania, so I had a few animation auditions to do. And then I had all my clients, radio and television, plus there was a couple trailer auditions I needed to do. They're all different. By the end of Monday, I worked 14 hours, and I was shot physically and mentally. And there's a gargle I use called alcohol, not alcohol, but it's alcohol. It's been around since the late 1800s, and this stuff's amazing. It's a rinse and a gargle, and it brings back somehow I haven't been sick for 2.5 years of this stuff, and it brings back the resonance if you're tired. But sometimes I just gotta stop talking because you get tight in here. When you're tight in here, you know how we all get nervous and stressed out. We kind of tighten up a little bit. You know, it's no good because you have to be relaxed. So, but there are little tricks to trade. But it's tiring. You know, I want to be this busy, but at times like, oh come on, you know, stop sending me stuff. And then Rick will send stuff. It's like the last thing I want to do. You know, it's retail. I've been doing this Rick for I don't know how many years, Steve. 12 years. More. And the voiceover world, they've been great to me. They honestly have been phenomenal. So I'm not going to say no, but it's one of those jobs. Honestly, it's one I can be honest with you and say it's sort of carpe per diem, that just sees the check. And they're great people. So I do it, and they usually send the scripts at the end of the day when I got nothing left, and it's like, oh. Okay, bear down, let's just get it done, you know. And this weekend at the Brick, it's like, you know. So when you hear those spots, you know, it's just, you know, think of me when you're listening to this. I'm glad, and they've done well, and they're great to me, and it's, we bought stuff at the Brick when I was a long time ago, you know, not anymore. But that's one of those things where they hire you, and you better be, you know, they don't care. They want you to be as good as you can be. So, does that answer your question?
Yeah, it does. Thank you.
You're welcome. Hey, man.
Hey, I just want to ask, how exactly did you get into the voice acting business? Did you go for an interview, or was that always your dream career?
Yeah, I was sort of in the media, fool around with on-camera stuff once in a while. But the voice stuff I just love it. Every day I have no idea what's going to happen tomorrow. And I just love that. My dad can't understand it, but I just love that. Yeah.
So can you see yourself doing that on forever until the day you die?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, yeah. There's one, you know, Hal Anderson. Is it Hal Anderson?
No,
Hal Douglas. Tonight on D&D. You know, so, and he does, and he must be 80-something, late 80s. 84. And he's starting to kind of slow, but yeah, he's still going strong. Doing trailers and phenomenal. So yeah, you can go on doing this forever.
You ever think do you ever see yourself doing a role in Transformers, or?
I don't know. You know, it's the thing. My agent called when I went with this Prime thing, and it looked good. And she said, "Hi, I got some bad news." And I thought, oh my God, what happened? What's wrong? Well, it doesn't look like it's gonna. I said, that's fine. This is, you know, things have a shelf life. It doesn't go on forever. If they want to have me back one day, great. If not, look. I've been involved in this franchise for 15 years or so. That's awesome. You know, I'm thankful for every moment. So it doesn't make any difference to me. I mean, that's Hollywood. You know, they're gonna move on.
Cool.
All right, you're welcome. Love the costume.
Thank you.
Cool.
All right, so I know Mark Ryan was saying that there's not really a lot of work that he regrets, if any.
Mm-hmm.
But my friends were mostly curious, what's it like being the Enzyte guy?
I regret that. But again, you know, carpe diem.
No,
they were good. They were good guys. They were fun to work with. The guy that produces those things, and then we just kind of goofed around and never knew it would go that crazy.
Yeah, you just have everyone asking you to voice act with the theme, so I'm not going to do that.
Oh, with that commercial?
Yeah. You know, I think, what was it, Bakamanchu, they had you try to do an Optimist with the Enzyte?
I don't know.
Hello.
Hey there.
I'm just wondering, how often do you get to work with some of the other voice actors over and over again? Like Scott McNeil?
I don't work with anybody in Vancouver anymore, unless I go up there. Sometimes if there's a series and they want me up, I'll go up. But it depends. I mean, Transformers, you're working with the same people every week. I worked on a couple of shows, a bunch of shows. The regular show, which is another new show coming out. Worked on Flapjack, and I see the same people all the time. Scooby-Doo, Frank's there, and Maurice a lot. So you do see the same group of people fairly often. Yeah. I was talking to Rob Paulson the other day. You know Rob Paulson? He's so good. Nice guy. You know, it's a treat for me when I work with these guys. It's just so fun.
Hey, thank you very
You're
much.
welcome. Hi.
Hello.
Hey.
Yeah, so you were just recently in Up, right? You did a voice.
Oh, right, yes.
Yeah, so was that your first step in the door to Disney and Pixar?
Pixar is one of the most difficult places to get your foot in the door. It's a very, very close shop. The animators who work on the stories are so important. They have table reads for 4 years, and one guy does a voice, and they fall in love. They go, you know what? We can't really find him. Why don't you just do the voice? And so that happens. It's a very and then it's celebrity driven, of course, being a major film, and so it's very, very difficult to even get. When I got the paragraph to read last year, I had no idea what it was for. It just said 30s, 40s movie reel announcer, and I do all those different announcers from different decades, and I just did that.
Charles Munson's out there, adventure is up, da-da-da-da.
I just did that thing, that old,
Hollywood invited Jar Jar Gabor, there's Red One in his Cadillac,
and I just did that. And then I got a call a few months later, and they flew me out. They recorded at Pixar, which is it was like being in a wedding line. I couldn't stop smiling. Oh my God, it's Mike and Sully. Oh my God, this is so cool. You're Peter Doctor. I know who you are. You're awesome. They're all in the room. You're in this. They're not like on the other side of the glass. They're in the room with you. So you're standing there, and they're right there. And there's your Academy Award-winning, there's Peter, and there's the guy from Disney and Skywalker Ranch, and they're all in the room. So it's I loved it. That's how it worked. I recorded the second session at Warner Brothers, and they used. They kind of combined to do the sessions in the movie.
Okay, and another quick one.
Mm-hmm.
How did it feel to pull Gary's finger?
I never actually pulled Gary's finger.
What?
Yeah.
Why did you not pull Gary's finger?
It's actually, the misconception is Ian Collette that continued, because Ian sat beside Gary. Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
Hello, how's
Hi,
it going?
good.
Quick question for you. On your resume, do you use your actual name or do you just have Megatron spread across the border?
Yeah, it's a good pickup line, isn't it? Years ago, I don't know, I'm Megatron.
Why not Locust, right?
Hi. Hi there.
How you doing?
Good.
First one I've ever been out to, so...
welcome. Welcome to the madness.
Woo. With all the voices you do, and the lines you say, has any of your voices throughout your different Megatrons and whatnot ever come out in a different, your Beast Wars Megatron comes out into your Armada voice, or...
No, I keep them separate. It's you key on a laugh or a word or a phrase. Many of you have been to different conventions I've been at. The phrase I always used to get me back into character for Beast Wars was,
I come in to wrap up with a pleasant surprise. But to the very you not know, sight guns.
And that sentence would drop me in. for Transformers Animated, it took me a few episodes to get that, because it was basically me, but a hybrid, and it was, the hero is like a lot of follow me toward the danger, and there's not a lot of subtleties, but it's in the, if I keep thinking of the other Autobots rolling their eyes every time I speak into a speech, and that guy, so here he goes again with that whole, follow me thing, and it just got me into the rhythm of the character. The first thing I'd say is transform and roll out, Bumblebee. Follow me to it. It's that it gets me into that. It's just little things with the Armada thing. It was I didn't know what I was doing at that whole. I just went in and went, oh, they played the voice rap, and I felt trying to match it.
Yeah. The second question is, say you're going down the street or doing groceries. Does any of your voices ever just come out like yes or? No?
Well, it must annoy my family because, like last night, my sisters were to the bonfire place and we're yakking away, and every time Steve and I'll be yakking about something, and
we talk in another voice, we do some little weird thing. Hey, what's going on?
it just sort of comes out. I don't know. It's annoyed. Well, thank you. You're welcome. You're back.
Yes, I know I shouldn't, but this question just popped out of my head. I do remember that you wanted to be in Star Wars for quite some time.
Oh yeah.
Yes. If you actually did get to be in Star Wars, if it was your choice, who would you play? And could you give us a little snippet of that?
Well, I auditioned for the show. What's the one that's Clone Wars? A dozen times or so, and it's always been apparently the word is they're trying to find me a character, and it's always come very close. It's either a second choice. They like what I'm doing. Corey Burton's in the show. I love working with Corey. He's such a great guy. And a lot of the sort of the characters I voice are those sort of weird admirals or leaders or of
like a thing like this, sort of British, but
you can picture them.
But I don't think the so-and-so is going.
And so I'm all. They seem to have you read characters like that. So trying to find me something in that realm. But I always picture like a weird character with like an alien thing, and it's always fun to try to find a voice for those. What's that?
Admiral Akbar?
There's Admiral Akbar.
And it's just I can do that. Just give me a shot. Come on, put me on the show. I know Corey. Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, it's me again. I've got a quick one. This is just regarding voice acting. I've read that in some places that you now have a studio in your house in LA or something like that.
Oh yeah, it's in the
So
house.
the question is how much recording do you do now out of your house for your job, and how has that affected the way you work? So in terms of working out of home,
A lot. I do a ton. All the auditions are there. A lot of trailer sessions. Like I have a second set up at my mom and dad's house in Peterborough in the basement. It's a great sounding room down there, and I got both my mics. I use a shotgun for trailers and promos, and a Neumann for character work. And I'm there all the time. Sometimes things come in during a day, and so I could be in there for a couple hours and I'll get out. It just takes time to come up with voices. Animation voices take a long time, so they come in, and you look at them and go, oh God, I have no idea what to do with this. And you kind of start playing around, and maybe a third or fourth take, something kind of clicks, and you go, oh, let's try that. And so that takes a little longer. So yeah, I spend a lot of time in there. So when I do animation and cartoons, you have to go out to studios. It's nice because you're somewhere different. And down in LA, it's great. Disney, like Warner Brothers, and there's all these cool places. And I love that.
So you have to be a lot of work out of your house then, or?
A lot of work, yeah.
Hi there.
Hey there.
Jesus, it's funny. Okay. I am volunteer. And I actually have a question for you from my sister.
Okay.
Because she actually really loved you as a Shomru from Inuyasha.
Oh, yeah.
And she would watch all 2 billion episodes just to see the 2 seconds you would be in for just one episode. And in Japan, they finished the second season for it.
Oh yeah.
And I heard they're dubbing for it right now. Like Kelly shared and said something about how she was doing her lines for all the episodes. And I was wondering, because you're living in the States now, will you not be reprising your role as a
If it's done in Canada, no.
No.
No, I won't be. No.
Okay.
Yeah. Very well. And the chill comes to cost. It's not cost. It's not cost effective, and it's just it doesn't. It can't. Yeah. Yeah. Hi.
Hi. How are you?
Good.
First of all, I want to say you're very articulate when you speak.
Oh, I never know. I just in my head I hear myself going on and mumbling, and thank you.
You come across very articulate. What I want to add, I just recently found out the Clint Eastwood film, The Good, Bad, and the Ugly.
Yeah.
The dialogue was dubbed in later on after the film was shot.
Mm-hmm.
In your case there, when you're doing like any of the animations, I mean, a lot of work goes into just creating that character and making it move and all that there. You go in and you do the read. It's, all the time, I would say most of the time it's going to be a good read.
Mm-hmm.
Do they do any post work on the voice after that?
They do. Every cartoon series, at least in LA, that we've done, has always been, you think, oh, that's it, we're all done now. And then you get a call, hey, they want you back to do pickups. For what? Return. Are we not done? So no, they'll send the animation over to overseas, wherever it goes, it comes back and something doesn't work right. So there's always pickups, so we'll go back in and fix, we'll do little touch-ups. So it's like the 3 beats, again, like animate, and you gotta fix the voice. I've done live as well, like live flip-flaps, live action.
No, when you were out in Vancouver doing Beasties and Reboot, you were doing that there. The rumor mill was that they were shooting that stuff in the European standard. Was that true?
I don't know. Steve, would you know that?
Actually, the audio recording standard is world visible, but the actual animation was done in PAL and then transcoded into FPSC.
Yeah.
Simply because it was a television or Hasbro when we started to ship the stuff off to Japan, and that was a big focus for them.
Well, whatever you do it well.
Oh, thank you. That's what my parents say. I don't know what you do, but thank you very much. Anyone else? There you go.
Hi.
Hi.
My question is on Beast Machines.
Mm-hmm.
Would you have considered Megatron actually to be the good guy instead of Optimus Primal? For the reason that in the whole Beast Wars saga, the whole reason for the animals was just to protect their bodies from being damaged. Because technically they always wanted to be in robot form no matter what. Now when you went to Beast Machines, Megatron was already there, dumped the Beast mode. As he said, really, you don't need them to begin with.
Well, it's a good question, because here's if any of you are playing a character who's a bad character, they think what they're doing is absolutely what should be done. So that's certainly, because that's not supposed to come across. He believes this is what they're the bad guys, and this is the right way to go. So that's how you play that. You don't think you're doing something bad. You think it's the right thing to do.
I saw that Megatron was actually the good guy in that saga.
Yeah, that's what it's supposed to do. You're right. It's a very good point you bring up. That's what it's supposed to happen. That's what it's supposed to be. Because he believes if they don't follow me, then you're going to, it's going to be all wrong. So yeah, it's a very good point.
The second question was, what do you think of having Wasminator on your team again on the Beast Machines?
Who? What?
Wasminator, a.k.a.
Yeah, we were trying to get Scott down, but he couldn't work in the U.S. and it was a weird thing. And we all wanted him to come down. I think Jeff Bennett did Wasminator. Tom Kenny did. That's right. Because it was Jeff or Tom. Yeah, that was fun. But it would have been neat to have Scott on there.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi, Mr. Kaye.
Hi.
I'm fan number 100,236. Bear with me as I try not to pass out. Okay, so I was just wondering what were your goals for the future in terms of projects you'd like to be on, any kind of character archetypes that you'd like to voice, things like that.
Oh, there's so many things that every day that come across the desk in LA. Waiting on a Disney series that may, there's so many things that are happening right now. The trailers are exciting. Reading those every day. Doing some campaigns. So every day is something different, something new. So it's hard to choose one thing, but everything is going exactly as planned. That's your question.
You were saying that you'd worked with Frank Welker on the
Yes.
studio. Did it ever come up in conversation that you both were Megatron? And if so, did you ever work on the show?
Oh yeah, so yeah, you know, Hanky D. No, no, that's the business, you know. And he's just he's a great guy. The coolest thing was when we sit and record, we're in chairs, and he's down at the end there, and you'll hear this noise. You hear this. Somebody sounds like a buzzsaw. What the hell was that? And you know, it's Frank. He's incredible. You know, yeah. Oh, he's wild. Yeah, it's great. But no, not at all. Peter Collins, same thing. You know, I see Peter out there. I always bow down to Peter, but he's shorter than I am, so I have to get really. Because I'm. Oh, you're Peter Collins. So, yeah. Yeah, I thought you'd be like taller than I am.
What's up? Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
Good. I just wanted to know, when you were working at Mainframe Entertainment, how often did you get to work with Tony J? Or
So Mainframe, that Tony J was never. Where was he? He was never in.
He was
actually
he was Megabyte on Reboot.
Yeah, but he wasn't based in. No, his stuff
he was based in
recorded
somewhere else.
Somewhere else,
Okay.
yeah.
My understanding was that it was all done within the same.
He was never there. No, he was somewhere else. He was
okay.
either in LA or someplace. Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah, no problem. Such a great voice, Tony. Yeah. Yeah.
Unfortunately, we are out of time.
Thank you all so much for great questions, by the way. Thank you all for coming. The whole reason this show continues to go on and on, and the reason that I'm here.
These penny squabbles now. Computer, access the phantom zone. You want us to sacrifice yourselves, don't you?